Hey guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now, before we begin into this What If, after I record this, then publish it, I'll start working on part zero for What If Deku is the son of Darkseid. Then after I make part zero, I'll come back to this and finish off the series. I just want to get the world building out of the way. So let's give you guys a heads up. All right, let's get into this What If. After his training at the beach, in his little spar was the angry blonde, known as Bakugo. Of course, Izuku has no idea what his name is. He attacked him for no reason. So he had to put him down, temporarily, knocking him out. Izuku is hoping that this will be the last time he's going to see him, but fate has a strange way of changing things around. Izuku had no idea that someone was watching him fight with the angry blonde. As Supergirl's watching the fight while she's hovering in the air, Clark wasn't kidding. He's quite good. He used his own opponent's attack. Then when he was distracted, then he took him down very swiftly. Yeah, he's definitely been trained. I wonder if his fighting style is self-taught. No matter. I guess I'll be seeing him sooner or later when I get to the UA Incheck exam. Hopefully we're in the same battle area. As Karo has been informed of how they do the test, they have a written portion, then they have a battle portion. As she flies off to her temporary home in a house in a nice part of the city, a few blocks away from Izuku's house. Izuku spent the rest of his time in a little bit of studying. He knows he doesn't really need to study, but he wanted to cover all his bases, just to be sure. Total satisfied with his training with his abilities, he spent the remaining time studying at, at his house. When he's not studying, he's spending time with Ivy and Harley until a few days before the entrance exam. Izuku decided to check out a couple of shops for support gear. He wanted to pick up a more tough leather jacket. As much as he loves his current leather jacket, he doesn't want to get it damaged. So he decided to check out a couple of shops that produces support gear. He probably won't be able to get his new leather jacket straight away. He most likely will have to get it custom made. When he entered the shop, he noticed several different types of people with all sorts of quirks. He even spotted a few people with mutation quirks. He pretty much ignored their presence as he walked to the counter to talk to the owner so he could order a custom order. After talking and giving a few details and a few designs that he made prior that night for the leather jacket, he does pay for the custom order, and the materials that will be made from the jacket will be highly tough, fireproof, and waterproof. So his own fire that other that he creates with the oxygen in the air won't damage his jacket or won't affect his jacket. Even ice won't be affected by this new jacket that he's going to get made. It's a complete it's a complete sorry it's completely immune to electricity to a certain degree. He also had black gloves made with the same material, or ordered black gloves with the same material. After giving the store clerk or store owner all his measurements, he left the shop. Izuku accidentally bumped into a girl with short black hair with ear jacks. Ow, that hurt. I really should start paying attention where I'm walking. As she stares up at the green-haired guy, she's still on the ground. She kind of ran into him and fell on her behind. Izuku extend his hand up to help her up, and she grabs onto his hand as he pulled her up to her feet. Sorry about that. I didn't see you there. It's all good. It's my fault anyways. Name's Jiro, by the way. Nice to meet you. Name's Izuku. You seem to be a chill person. I would love to sit here and talk with you, but I need to take care of a couple things. Maybe we'll see each other again. As he takes his leave, without another word, as Jiro said her goodbyes and walked into the store to to pick up her support gear or her support items that she had made a couple months ago. 20 minutes later, she left the shop to test out her support items to get a feel for it in a secluded area so she doesn't accidentally hurt anyone. So she could use her quirk without someone nagging her about using her quirk in public. She she knows that it's against the law, but she needs to get used to her support eye gear. So she tends to bend the rules a little bit. She still wants to be hero, but the whole not using your quirk in public is kind of stupid to her. She understands why that sort of law was implemented in the first place. There's no way, there's no way to train your quirk with that law implemented. It's idiotic. As Zero does her thing with her support, meanwhile Izuku is walking down the street. As he noticed a group of people outside of the bank grouping up, when he got closer, it seems like sorry, it seems like the place is getting robbed. As he sticks with the crowd and watches the scene, he has he has no attention of getting involved. The last thing he needs is to get himself in trouble, and it seems like the hero seems to have the situation under control, especially when the hero with bunny ears arrive. The bank robbers fought with the heroes that led to the outside of the bank. It seems like the bank robbers are some sort of low tier villains. As they started to open fire at the crowd, Mirko wasn't fast enough, but by her surprise, the bullets are just hovering in the air as they drop down on the ground. Out of nowhere, the three villains get tossed into the wall by a unknown force. Immediately, the authorities took this chance to arrest all of them. As Mirko's trying to locate the person that took out the villains, she saw a green-haired guy, seems to be around 18 or 19 years old, start walking away with his hands in his jacket pocket. He didn't want to get involved, but he wasn't going to sit there and watch innocent people die in front of him. Mirko had a suspicion that he was the cause, taking out the villains and saving the crowd. She had no proof, so she was gonna let it go, but but she'll remember his face in case he by chance goes to UA. Mirko curiosity got the best of her, so she trailed the green-haired guy around. She was curious about the kid and where he was going. As he decided to walk down a alleyway to take a shortcut, when he finally almost got to the end of the alleyway, he's approached by a group of guys. By the looks of them, they seem to be quite shady, as they're all carrying metal bats. Izuku believes they might be a part of some sort of gang or just random delinquents. They don't seem to be much older than him. As they step in front of him, as a few of them was behind Izuku to block his exit if he tried to escape. Well, it looks like you're using our alleyway. There's a there's a toll. Fork up the money. Fork up all the money you have. Then we'll allow you to continue your business. And I like your leather jacket. Hand it over. You have no idea what you got yourself into. I suggest you forget you saw me. It'll be less painful for you and your little friends. I'm in a good mood, so don't piss me off. As the leader of the delinquents swung his metal bat at Izuku's face, only to be ricochet off of some sort of barrier around Izuku. You can't break my barrier. It's just a simple metal bat. Let me try that again. You can't break my barrier with a simple metal bat. Allow me to enlighten you of the depth of how screwed you are. Without removing his hands from his jacket pocket, he bent and twisted the metal bat with his telekinesis. As he bent the metal bat in 5 different directions, not only did he bend his bat, but he bent all the bats around him at the same time. What the hell? What the hell? What type of hell of a type of cork is that? Who knows? Izuku has a grin on his face. Is that all you got? I'm disappointed. You waste of space. You made a grave error thinking you could take my jacket. You're going to you're going to have to learn the hard way. No one takes my jacket. Now the question is, how many bones I'm going to break? As he cracked his knuckles and cracked his neck a little bit, as he extended his hand out and gestured his finger to bring it, as he points his finger back from the thugs to him, just to bring it gesture. The ringleader of the delinquents, is getting extremely pissed off by the taunting as he pulled a gun from the back of his shirt and pointed at Izuku. I had enough of you. I'm going to fill you full of lead. How adorable. A gun. Well, fire away. You better hope you kill me, because if you don't, I'm going to shatter your hand. As he immediately opened fire, Mirko was about to step in, but she was shocked to see the bullets seem to be moving around or or straight up move around Izuku, like there was a invisible barrier around him. In truth, he's only using the shield to block or reflect the bullets. It only looks like he's making the bullets move around him. As the delinquents begin to... Oh, just give me a second, guys. As the delinquent's hand begins to twist and bend, as he drops the gun, as he falls down to his knees, screaming out in pain, Izuku simply kneed the head delinquent in the face as he goes flying against a couple trash cans down the alleyway. Who's next? Don't be shy. I got plenty for all of you. Which one of you want your bones to be broke? Sorry, I messed that up. Which one of you want to get which one of you want to get their bones broken first? For some reason that was a tongue twister. Anyway, so let's continue. Miriko's seen enough as she rushed past Izuku and kicked one of the delinquents and began to strike several of them, knocking them out. As she took care of these punks fairly easy, she doesn't want to kill them, but she wasn't going easy on them at the same time. Izuku had no intention of getting involved with this chick. He saw the pure excitement in her face when she was beating down the delinquents. So he decided to turn invisible and to get out of the area. He has no idea who she is, but he really doesn't want to end up fighting her, just in case she's a hero. The last thing he needs is to get arrested for assault, even though it was sort of self-defense. They probably wouldn't take too kindly how brutally he was when he was defending himself. When Mirko turned around to talk to the green hair guy, he was nowhere to be seen. He's a very sneaky one, no matter. I'm kinda late. I've already wasted enough time. Ryoko is gonna be so pissed off at me. If I'm any later. Oh, I'll come across him eventually. I want to have a little spar with him. As she contacted the authorities so they could pick these punks up and throw them in a cell, as she made her way back to her friend, they're kind of hanging out today. The bank robbery came out of nowhere, so she's hoping that she won't be too upset with her. After Izuku got a safe enough distance, he decloaked himself and continued his way home. At the next, in the next couple days, goes without issue. As the day has finally arrived when he has to take the entrance exam at UA, when Izuku approached, oh, give me a second, I totally messed that up. When Izuku approached UA to take the exam, he saw a familiar, angry blonde with bandages over his face from that little scuffle he had with him a couple days ago. He saw a brunette girl next to him, seemed to be quite worried about him. Must be his girlfriend or close friend. He doesn't really know or doesn't really care either way. Seriously, Bakugo, you need to stop picking so many fights. Look at you. You got your ass kicked. Shut up, round face. He got lucky. He caught me by surprise. Next time I see him, he's dead. That cheap trick won't work on me again. Araka rolled her eyes at her friend. She never liked how arrogant Bakugo is. That's the one thing she doesn't like about him. But deep down, in his own way, he's a good person, and she knows that. It's just he's a asshole majority of the time. Izuku simply walked past both of them. As Bakugo noticed a green-haired guy walk past him, as he got an angry expression on his face. I've seen that green hair before. Don't you dare walk away. I'm talking to you, bastard. Talking to me? Oh, angry blonde, we meet again. Fancy meeting you here. You should really get that checked out. It looks pretty nasty. As Bakugo clenched his teeth, tightened his fist, as Araka could tell he's really pissed off. Cut the bullshit, fight me. I would, I would highly enjoy beating you down again, but I'm busy. Buzz off. You little shit. Araka slapped the back of Bakugo's head, stopping him from doing something stupid. What the hell you're doing? What did you do that for? Stopping you for doing something stupid. Do you want to get kicked out before you even officially get accepted? Sometimes you're such a moron. Don't know why I hang out with you half the time. Whatever, I'll see you inside. As Bakugo shoulder checks Izuku when he walked past. This is not over, green bastard. Not by a long shot. As Bakugo storms off. Sorry about him, he's kind of an ass sometimes. I seriously question why I'm even friends with him sometimes, but he's a good guy once you get to know him. I'm being rude. I'm Ochaka or Uraraka. Nice to meet you. As she extends her hand out for Izuku to shake it, as they both shake hands, Izuku didn't want to be rude to the girl. Izuku Midoriya. Well, it's nice to meet you. We should probably get inside. We don't want to be late. And I need to babysit that stupid idiot. Suppose you're right, and yeah, your friend seems to be the unstable sort. When Izuku walked in where the exam is taking place, Izuku saw a couple familiar faces. He spotted the girl that he met at the support gear shop and the angry blonde sitting in a chair waiting for Pro Hero President Mike to begin the explanation. He even spotted All Might and Black Canary on the second story level observing the whole exam with Principal Nezu, with a couple of heroes he doesn't recognize, but one of them he did recognize right away was the White Bunny woman. Unfortunately, she saw Izuku when he entered the auditorium. Oh crap. Oh well. As Izuku, instead of sitting in a chair like everyone else, he leaned against the wall. Mirko was grinning the whole time when she spotted Izuku. Good thing I came. I was hoping he would come. I'm definitely going to observe his performance. Let's see what he could do. I can't wait for the combat portion of the exam to begin. You seem to be enjoying yourself. You normally don't attend these exams. Hey, Ryoka, let's just say someone has caught my attention. Interesting. Who is the unlucky student? Well, who is the unlucky future student that happened to catch your eye? If the so-called student get accepted in the first place, you don't need to worry. He'll get accepted, all right. I saw a little bit what he can do. Let's just say he impressed me. So, which future student impressed you so much, my friend? The green-haired guy leaning against the wall, the one with the leather jacket, with civilian clothes. Yeah, he definitely sticks out from the rest of them. He kind of looks like a delinquent. Well, aren't you being judgmental already, judging his appearance? How nice of you. Calm down. I don't mean any offense. It's not like I have anything against him, Mariko. I'm just stating how he dresses. There's nothing wrong with it. Let's just see let's just see how this delinquent of yours performs. You make it sound like I'm going to date the guy. I'm just teasing you, no reason for you to get all flustered. Shut up, I'm not flustered. They started to line up all the people who are taking part of the exam to the written portion. As he steps into the separate room to take the written portion, he was the first one out of the room. He handed over his paper to one of the heroes that were doing the written exam. As he made his way back to the other room and leaned against the wall, waiting for the rest of them to finish up, Mike was surprised to see him finished all so soon. Because Izuku didn't mumble during the explanation of the robot, the point system. He didn't have any interaction with Ida, but Ida did was yelling at someone. But one of the heroes yelled at him to keep quiet. Izuku had nothing against him. He neither liked him or disliked him. He had no opinion of him. He found him a little stuck up, but he didn't hate the guy. And unlike the rest of the people here, he has a goal to achieve. He doesn't want to be a hero for fame or fortune. He wants to prove himself that he's becoming a better person. He knows it's going to be a long road, but he has the drive and passion and unwavering will to achieve it. The big metal doors begins. The big metal doors finally just slowly slide upwards as everyone runs to begin the combat portion of the test. Supergirl and Izuku are in separate Kara are in separate battle arenas. They never cross paths in the entrance exams. He is allowing all the other people to run ahead of him that are that are taking the exams to give them a fighting chance to get some points. He knows when he actually starts destroying robots, it's a good possibility that there won't be much left when he's finally finished. As he walked out with his hands in his jacket pocket, as he finally steps out, not only Ryoko and Mirako watching his performance, but Black Canary as well, alongside All Might. He wants to see how well he does. Even the whole Justice League is observing the Esper perform, so they could strategize a plan if he ever goes too far. Batman has no idea of the depths of his powers, so he's being very cautious. Even Kent or Superman agree in some level with Batman, but the green hair kid could be a threat if he ever lost his humanity. As they're watching the whole exam through the Batman's own drones that he sent to to Japan to feed the footage back to the Hall of Justice, so the whole Justice League could observe his powers. While his hands in his jacket pockets, several one-pointers and two-pointers come rushing to his location. The group of one-pointers and two-pointers get crushed into small metal balls without him even removing his hand from his jacket pocket. He compressed them into small metal balls and used the same small metal balls to launch at several three-pointers that are nearby. Then he turned those three-pointers into several small metal balls as he begins launching them at all around the whole arena or battle stage area, like there was some sort of as they start hovering around him, like the the metal balls were hovering around him like he had some sort of gravity pull. As he launched all the small metal balls, as he does this several times, as he starts to focus on the three pointers, by doing that he begins to rank up points pretty fast. Then he decided to continue the test with only using his physical strength as he begins to mow down any robot that he come across his path with his modified strength and helping out several people that are taking the exam and combining attacks, giving him a good amount of rescue points. The hidden point system of the exam does have rescue points. There's also even another hidden portion of the test, team teamwork points. Now that's not part of canon. That's just something I make up occasionally in my what ifs. So it makes sense. I mean, if you're taking a hero school test, I would figure they had villain points, rescue points, and team up points. When you team up with other students that are taking the exam, it's only logical if you're like trying to be a hero, because heroes don't always fight villains by themselves. They always group up. So let me stop ranting about that and let's continue this what if. Izuku didn't know as Ivy was observing the whole exam. She wanted to support him. She knows how much he wants this. She knows how hard he's been training and studying. She quite admired his drive. Harley couldn't make it because she had to deal with work. Poison Ivy was invited by Principal Nezu himself to oversee his performance and to ask Ivy some questions about the boy. He cuts to the observing area where there's several heroes are observing the observing the performers of the future students to to UA. I'm glad you make it, Miss Ivy. It's good to finally meet you again. Well, it's good to see you again, basically. Hello, Mr. Nazi. Thank you for sending me the invitation. I wouldn't miss this for the world. This means so much to Izuku. I wanted to support him in any way possible. Oh, you're quite well welcome. You come to my understanding, you were quite the villain back in the day. Fortunately, yes. But I'm no longer that type of person. I was more like an eco-terrorist than a villain, regardless what title they called me. Villain, terrorist. I decided to turn my life around, and I like my life. And I have no interest in going back to my old ways. I only care about two people, and I will not jeopardize that for for anything. That's understandable. You're quite close to him, aren't you? That I am. Sorry. That I am a great deal. Sorry. Sorry. Let's try this again. That I am. He means a great deal to me. I would do anything for him and Harley. I'm glad to hear that. The young man has great potential. I'm surprised you're quite open with me, Miss Ivy. Normally, I wouldn't reveal such personal information to a stranger, but you're not. Or to a human, but you're not. But you're not human. I'm not sure what you are, but I know you're not human. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate humanity or humans anymore, but I don't trust majority of humanity. Humanity is a very, very self-destructive species. But I've looked past my own personal problems with the human species. Outside of Izuku and Harley, I still deeply care about nature and protecting it. Maybe in the future, humanity will change for the better, but only time will tell. Until then, I will cherish my time with the people I care about, and I pity the fool who tried to endanger. If that if that be hero or villain, it doesn't matter. I will protect what's mine. I know that sounds like a threat, but it's the reality of the situation. After all, I'm Mother Nature herself. I I completely understand. I hope that doesn't come to that. The last thing we need is to make an enemy of someone of your caliber, Miss Ivy. Well, I must get back at it. Almost time to release the zero pointer. Zero pointer? Just have to wait and see. I wonder what the young man will do. Will he engage it or will he run away? We're about to see what type of person he truly is. As Ivy watched Principal Nezu walk away, as she turns her attention back to Izuku's battle test area, as Ivy watched a three-pointer rush towards Izuku only for him to grab the wrist of the robot and use it as a battering ram. As he used the robot to swing at a group of zero-pointers, was done with the robot that he was using as a metal bat. He fried it with electricity, shorting out its circuits as he tossed it to the side, slamming it into a building as the robot exploded, destroying several two-pointers that were hiding in the building to ambush anyone that came across the building. A flash of red a flash of red catches Izuku's eye from the distance. He assumes it must be from the other battle zone, but he did not. But he did recognize the type of attack. That was heat vision. What the hell? A Kryptonian? Well, this got a whole lot more interesting. If I don't hurry, I might lose the top score. As he begins destroying robots even faster, as he's no longer holding back, unleashing fire, ice, and electricity, destroying robot after robot until he had enough. He hasn't really been keeping track of how many robots he destroyed. He assumed he had a good enough points by now. But he wanted to be sure. So he lifted up about 50 or 60 three-pointers in the air and crushed them into scrap metal and tossed them to the side as they all blow up until he felt the ground rumble as he sees several of the occupants that are taking the test begin running the opposite direction, heading out of the exam area. Judging by the sound of it, it must be pretty big. As he heard yelling, asking someone for help, he saw the same girl he ran into in the support gear shop. Sorry, he ran into the same girl that he ran into by accident in the support gear shop. She is covered in rubble, pinned to the ground. He saw several dents in the debris. It looked like she tried to free herself with her cork, unfortunately, but it didn't work. He doesn't know what type of ability she has, but whatever it is, whatever type of cork she has, it didn't quite work out. He saw the zero-pointer approaching Jiro as it's about to crush her, as he flew forward with increasing speed to try to stop the zero-pointer. As he placed both of his hands out, as he used his telekinesis to stop his momentum, to make him stuck in place, as blood starts to drip from his nose and eyes, from how much psychic energy he's releasing. He's never used his telekinesis on such a big target before. Shit, this is not good. As he extends his other hand out towards Jiro while he's holding the zero-pointer in place with his telekinesis, he lifts up the debris off of Jiro. I can't hold it any longer. Get out of here. But what about you, Izuku? I just can't leave you like this. You're injured, Jiro. You can't be much help to me right now. Don't don't worry about me. I can handle myself. Just get out of here. Get to a safe distance. Before the before the two could discuss it further, two pro heroes comes in as Ryoko shifts into her dragon form. As Mirako jumps up in the air and kicks the zero pointer in the face. As Ryoko uses her dragon form to fly and pin the zero pointer to the ground, as she used her claws to pierce the limbs, her razor-like claws to rip the robot limbs off, and she used her tail to pierce the core of the robot to deactivate it. Jiro is in just awe by the demonstration of these two heroes. As Reiko shifts back into her human state and check on Jiro to make sure she's alright. While Izuku is catching his breath, Mirako approaches Izuku from behind as she approached him from behind and slap him on the back on his back. You did a nice job, Beansprout. Fancy meeting you here. I hope you haven't taken any more strolls down shady alleyways. Don't worry, I'll keep what. Sorry, don't worry. I'll keep what happened in the alleyway between us. Name's Mirko. Not to boast, but I'm a badass pro hero. You have potential. You're not too shabby in the strength department yourself. And with your telekinesis ability, that's a devastating combo. I'm definitely going to be occasionally coming by to check on your progress. You're definitely going to get into the. You're definitely going to get in from that display you just did. What's your name, Beansprout? Why do you keep calling me that? Your green hair and green eyes, Beansprout. Whatever. Name's Izuku. Izuku's struggling to stay on his feet. He hasn't used so much psychic energy all at once before on such a big target. Before he could do anything else, he turned around to see a blur of red hair comes strictly towards him as Ivy embraced him into a hug. Ivy would be lying if she did not like what she saw. She thought the zero pointer was way too overboard, something like that, so to have some sort of safety measure in place before they released it in this sort of battle test. As she wiped off his blood from his face, she did notice some blood was coming from his eyes and nose. As she take out a handkerchief and wipe the blood from off of him. Are you alright? You're not hurt, are you? Ivy, I'm fine. Just, I'm just, I'm just exhausted. I haven't used my telekinesis like that before. It just took a lot out of me. It seems like I need more training. I haven't hit a plateau yet, but today made me realize I have so much to learn about my own abilities. America, thank you. You too, Dragon Lady. No problem, Bean Sprout. I'll leave you two. I'll leave you and your little girlfriend here. I'll be seeing you around. Ryoko simply smiled. Both of them as she picked up Jiro, so she could take her to Recovery Girl. No problem, delinquent. As she's just teasing him. Name's Ryoka. I believe your name is Izuku. I kind of overheard you tell my friend over there your name. You're definitely going to be a good hero. I'll be definitely looking forward to the sports festival to see how your progress. As she began walking to get this promising new student, over to Recovery Girl, leaving leaving the two of them alone. Why are you smirking, my dear friend? This time, Jiro is unconscious from the pain. She kind of passed out from all the pain she had in her leg. She kind of broke her leg. I didn't expect him to be into older women. The redhead seemed to be in her late 20s. I'm definitely going to have a fun way. Sorry. I'm definitely going to have to find a way to tease him. When I take him as my intern. You're rushing a little bit. Maybe a little bit, but I am definitely going to have to intern. I'm definitely going to have him enter with me. I have an eye for talent. The little bean sprout over there is going to go places. He might he might even be able to manage to surpass All Might one day. I'll just have to check on him now and then to check on his progress. Maybe I'll beat you to him and take him as an intern. As she has a smirk on her face, as she's just teasing her friend. Wouldn't dare. Would I? As she walks off laughing. I'm just playing with you. Let's get this one to Recover Girl. She seems to be unconscious. Come on, let's go home. Let's get out of here. Sometime later, he finally arrived back home with Ivy and spent the next 3 weeks at home until the UA letter came. And he opened up to see a holographic image of All Might, appearance of All Might. He was quite impressed by his performance. He got second place. He got second place. The highest. Sorry, I fucked that up. He only lost this first place spot only by a few points. Izuku was quite curious who got the top score, but he wasn't too worried about it. Getting second place in the entrance exam was enough for him, as he was officially accepted into UA. In the next couple days, he'll be attending the first day at UA, but Poison Ivy and Harley wanted to go out to celebrate with Izuku at a local nightclub. Izuku had a fun time at the nightclub. But several women did hit on him at the nightclub. Poison Ivy and Harley didn't take kindly to that. They were very territorial when it came to Izuku. He was just grateful that Harley didn't bash anyone's skull in, and Ivy made sure to publicly display that Izuku is hers and Harley's. They might not be officially together, but they act like they're already a couple. As that's where we're going to cut it. Hope you guys have a good night and day. Judging my time sense, and I'll catch you in the next video.